Good morning, everyone. Today is the 58th day of cardio, fasted cardio every day in the morning. This is the first thing I have been doing every day for 58 days, and the simple routine: you wake up, you go to the washroom, and then get that and jump over that this machine. And if you're doing something else, some other exercise, you can jump on the other exercise. For example, treadmill. For example, you can go out and do your walk. But the point is that you have to do your cardio every day for 20 minutes. That's what I'm doing. That's what I support. That's what I promote. And I hope everyone has this routine for every day. It doesn't hurt anyone. Cannot hurt anyone. This is just one of my activities that I do. That's I like. I like cycling. That's why I'm doing cycling. If I don't like the cycling, I would have been doing some other exercise, some other thing. But I would have been doing something. That's the point of it. There's a point of you. That's the point of moving you every day. Start with the move. Start with the exercise. And my bed is just right there. And I love this bicycle because that is so convenient. I can put it just beside my bed, and if I have a treadmill, I will buy a small treadmill and put it beside my bed. So whenever I wake up, the first thing I would do is do my exercise. I still train with weights. I still go to the gym. Today is my gym day. Tomorrow will be my gym day. But the main purpose of this channel is to keep people moving. Whoever is watching, they should move, they should exercise. That's the whole purpose of it. And share some knowledge, share something that I am learning, that I have learned throughout my life. That's what I talk about when I'm doing my cardio. Yeah. So today we are going to talk about discipline and motivation. What is discipline and what is motivation? Now, discipline is just something that you do without any exercise, without any excuse, without any what do you call them? Distractions. This is something that everybody should have. Discipline. Discipline is waking up on time, going to sleep on time. Nobody is a robot. Nobody is a machine. So if you have set your time to go to sleep at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or whatever the case may be, it's not going to happen that you just snap your fingers and you go to sleep at 10 p.m. You will go to your bed. You'll have to wind down. Then you'll have to sleep. Try sleeping sometimes when you don't feel sleepy. But you gotta get on the bed. In the morning when you have decided that you're gonna get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's not always gonna happen that you just open your eyes at 5 a.m. without wasting any second or minute. There will always be leverage of some minutes. There will always give yourself some cushion of like 5 minutes or 10 minutes in which you can get up, relaxed, and then get to your work. That's what the discipline is. Another thing, the discipline is that you get to work when it's time to get to work. If your day starts at 9 a.m., try to get to your work 15 minutes before your work starts. Discipline. You can be late, you can be early. This is what I have learned, that for work it's better to be early than to be late, right? So this is called discipline. Discipline does not require a lot of brains or smarts from you. Discipline just requires you a commitment. You are committing to something. And the base of a discipline is the commitment, right? So you want to discipline yourself, you have to commit to something. And commitment to not just one thing, commitment to so many things. You commit. You commit to get up early in the morning. You commit to do your work at this time. You commit to put in 5 hours every day, 4 hours every day, 2 hours, 1 hour. That's your commitment. You're committing something. So commitment is the root of discipline. You cannot have a discipline unless you don't have a commitment. So be a commitment, be a man. A man is one who never goes back on his words. That's the definition of a man. Okay? The commitment. Commitment is the definition of a man. Commit. If I've committed to something, I will come up to something. If I haven't committed to anything, I'm not coming up to anything. Right? Commitment is the root of discipline. So you commit to so many things every day. Once you commit to those things, the discipline will follow. It's bound to follow. Okay? So think of it logically. Think of it responsibly, that you need to be disciplined in your work. For example, if I am not disciplined doing my cardio, it's 58th day today. If I am not disciplined, I would have missed cardios, and I would miss cardio. No, I don't want to do that. Discipline. I want discipline. I have committed to this. I have committed to doing my cardio every day, and that's why this discipline is following. Right? So commit to something and have discipline. Never go back on your word. Give your word to someone. That's something like give yourself a word. You're committing this to yourself. I have committed this to myself that I will do my cardio every day. Fasted 20 minutes cardio every day. This is my commitment. Discipline is little thing, right? I cannot discipline myself without a commitment. So commitment and discipline, they go hand in hand, right? So discipline and commitment. Now here seems like there is no way, there is no place or room for motivation. What is motivation then? Well, having discipline in things is not easy. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for you. It hasn't been easy for super successful guy on this earth. Very successful man who has achieved all his goals in his life. It hasn't been easy for him. It hasn't been easy for anyone to have discipline, right? Committing is easy. You can commit to something easily. What do you have to do? You have to just say it. Discipline is something, it's not easy. You'll be pushed back, you'll be thrown away, you'll be distracted every day, almost every day, right? So what you need to get over those distractions, get over those things that just push you away on the sidelines, push you on the sidelines from your track that you're following. Motivation. Then comes the motivation. Okay, now we know that if we are missing discipline, if discipline is really hard, discipline is not coming in the routine, what do we need? We need motivation. Okay, now we know the answer. you have to look for the motivation. Where are you gonna go? That's another question. Then it's another struggle. But if you ask me, it's not a struggle. You need motivation. I need motivation to something. I always need motivation for my discipline. Right? For this discipline, I need motivation. And I look for motivation from the things I have done before. Now the great motivation for me to do this exercise is, I know that if I don't do it, I'll be depressed. Okay, I wouldn't call it depression because it's not a condition that was diagnosed. I went to the doctor and told him, and to a couple of doctors, well, I feel depressed because I care about myself. So I go to the doctor and ask them that if there is a depression, and they ask me certain questions, put me through the exercises. I have never been diagnosed with depression, but this is something I feel. If I don't do my exercise, if I don't do my morning cardio, I am depressed the whole day. Okay, this is kind of motivation for me to avoid that situation of that low spirits. To avoid those low spirits, I have to get up, I have to do my exercise. This is so much motivating for me. Okay, what is the other motivation that I look for? The other motivation that I have always looked for, I always look for is from the people. From the people I see that who have been doing those things that I want to do. For example, if you haven't seen, maybe I'll show you someday. On this wall, behind this camera, there's Arnold. Mr. Arnold is there in his poster, right? I've read about him, I've read his books, I've read his life history. It's mostly about exercise and cardio also. He would do his cardio, his runs every day, like two times a week, 3 times a week, right? So I've read it, it's in my brain, and when I see him, I get motivated. A lot of people like this, they're there, they get motivated. So this is the thing. That's my another source of motivation, to look up to some person who has done those things before, right? They have experience, they have the knowledge. I naturally take influence from them, and I see them, they are healthy, they're doing well. Even at this age, I take influence. Alright? And this is my second source. What is the third source? It is not necessary for someone to motivate me. It's not necessary for someone to be qualified, to be super qualified like Arnold to motivate me. No. I still take motivation from people who haven't done anything in life, who haven't had that much achievement in something they did or they want to do. Because I know that I can still get some motivation from them. People who talk positive, who talking positive about me, about my goals and my situation, they always motivate me. They always have positive effect on me. Their talks, right, their behavior, that has always positive effect on me, right? And that's how it goes. Everything flows, right? So motivation, these are the 3 sources. The third source, I would like to elaborate on third source. For example, if I go upstairs, there is a friend who lives, he doesn't do cardio, and let's say if I miss my cardio, I would go talk to him, tell him that I miss my cardio, and I know that guy, he doesn't do his cardio, he doesn't do any exercise, but I know that when I tell him, he will tell me to do it. He will tell me to do it right now. He will ask me to do it right now. He will start talking positively about it. That's my motivation. That's my source of motivation. I get motivated, right? Now, these are mostly sources that are very common for me to take from myself and from other people. Now, if you don't find some motivation from yourself like this, or from people around you, you don't have any figure that inspires you, what you do is you jump on some book. I'm a reader too. I love to read. And almost every book you find in the market, in the self-help section, in the autobiography section, in the biography section, right? Almost every book has positive effect in it, motivating effect, motivational talk and text in it. So what I do is I set myself reading one of those books. What I do is, currently what I'm doing is I start reading my own book, right? These are my thoughts, my learning, my past experiences that have been translated into words, and I read them and they motivate me, right? And that need to be motivating to everyone who reads it. So reading, talking to people, self-analysis, that motivates me a lot. 3 things: self-analysis, talking to people, reading. These things motivate me so much. The last thing is viewing, seeing someone. Now the Olympics is going on these days. Turn on the channel. Turn on the sports channel. Watch those Olympics. The Paris Olympics. Watch those Olympics. You see athletes jumping, pulling out feet in front of so many people. Man, listen to their speeches. Watch them working out. Watch them exercising. Watch them doing the things they're doing. You'll be so motivated. Oh, you will be really motivated. You will be so much motivated. You cannot imagine. When you read about them in the public and social media, you see them, you're viewing flesh. It's like for viewing. You're viewing it, you're looking at them. That's motivation. I'm talking about athletes. I'm talking about people who are into physical exercise. But it is not limited to them. This thing goes further down the line to your profession. For example, all those people who were very successful once are successful still. Those people, they share their experiences on social media. They have their own channels. Watch their channels. Engage with them. You will be motivated. If you want to buy the programs they are selling, they do have value in it. Okay? That's an investment that you do. It's not an expenditure. That's an investment that you make. Make that investment. Be serious about it. You will be motivated. What are you paying for there? You're paying for the motivation that you can get. You're not paying for anything else. It's just the motivation you want to get. And that's the best way to do it. When you run out of all those sources that you already have, you cannot get any motivation from them, then you pay for the motivation. Pay for something that gives you motivation. That's the general rule. Believe it or not. That's how I see everyone else. If you want to look for motivation, if you're looking for motivation without paying anything, I'm the guy, right? I'm the guy. Watch my channels, read my book, And thanks for watching, guys.